Welcome. Welcome. Where are we? What are we doing?
Welcome to a brand new episode of Don't Blame Me. We are a call-in, write-in, talk-in advice show where we, Meghan and Melisa, give wonderful, amazing, splendid, terrific, absolutely, I already said that, magnificent.
Immaculate.
Immaculate? Oh, immaculate. I was like,
Yeah,
what
I'm a
is
little
that word?
congested. It's not, I will say, that's on me.
Okay. Advice. And so we also talk pop culture, talk about what's going on in our lives, just talk about the world. How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm on the mend finally. I don't think my voice sounds much better at all, so I do apologize, listeners, but I swear it's getting better. But I literally just spent like all weekend just being sick, laying on the couch, watching TV, knitting and unknitting and knitting and unknitting and constantly. I'm just trying to do this fucking sweater and I'm so goddamn confused and it's tough, but that's what it's supposed to be. Like it's supposed to be a learning process, which I keep reminding myself. But I will say that the wonderful part of my weekend was that I was just sitting there sick and then Mats was like, he wanted to clean like the whole house to be nice. And he did. And I just was
Great.
like, that was
Love
lovely.
that.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
Fans of that. What about you? What'd you get up to?
I didn't really get up too much of anything because I was working. I got another promotion.
And I laugh, everyone, because like just know that like Melisa can't not get a promotion.
I'm on the senior team now, so here I am. Yesterday it was like my first day of really doing it because I don't really work on Monday and Tuesdays. I kind of do, but not really. And so it was like people that were my peers that were that were already managers at the point were asking me questions, and I was like, things have shifted. There's a shift.
It's crazy. Like, I think if you were on an airplane and someone was like, "Is there a medical professional on board?" You would be like, "You are not raising your hand." But I think everybody there is going to go, "I think that lady knows what she would be doing." I actually think that lady should be doing something. Like in a crowd, it's like pick her out. We trust her.
So I love it. I love the job. It's a project, so I don't know how long it's going to last, but as long as it lasts, I'm going to be happy.
Hell yeah.
I am having some lung issues. I think when I fly, the pressure does shit to it. So I'm going to go to the doctor in a couple weeks, but I've been like coughing and I'm not sick. So I found a little pearl yesterday in that.
Mats was asking about that this weekend. He was like, "What are those magic pills?" And I was like, "Well, I don't have a cough right now, but God, I wish there was that for sinuses."
It literally made my nose open up. So maybe even though if it's not a cough, it might just like as soon as I took it, everything opened up.
Maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah.
God, they're magic. I love modern medicine.
Yeah, me too. So I'm going to ask if I can get one of those because it really I haven't really coughed since last night and I could immediately just feel everything open up. So highly recommend if you ever have a cough. And I don't know why they don't there's no, like, I've read up on it. It's not that it's addictive or of anything. Like, even you didn't know about it until I told you about it, right?
No, so I think it was one time when I got bronchitis, like, years ago. They gave it to me because, like, I just, like, could not stop coughing. And then I finished them. No idea what they were, but they were these magic little pearls. And I was talking to them on the podcast. And you were like, "Oh, you knew what they were." And we figured out the name. And I was like, I had been Tessalon pearls. Yeah. I had been searching for them for, like, at least, like, 5 years to be like, what was that one thing? And I would tell the doctors, I'm like, I had one thing. And they're like, "Oh, I don't know." And I'll request it, like, now. I know, like, I think it's because, like, they don't want you to, if you have, like, a productive cough, they want you to cough up whatever it is. And it's, like, cool. So I actually, like, need to sleep in order to have the energy to cough. And, like, I'm, like, ripping my abs. Like, right. I need to sleep.
Yeah. And I don't have, it's just a dry cough. So, but everything is, like, congested. So, but we'll work it out. I'm going to a specialist, so we'll figure out
a pulmonologist.
What is.
If you need any recs, the one I had, he was very kind. I like a man who wears khaki shorts almost all the way up to his nipples, tucked in with a Hawaiian shirt and high compression socks.
Well, did he have on a white jacket too?
One time he did, and the other time he was like, "I'm casual Friday."
Okay. I don't know if I appreciate that.
Well, hey, I have the wide range. And then the cardiologist, very different vibe. So Take your pick. Take your pick. You know what's crazy? My doctor still has not read my lab results.
I think you need to contact them.
I do. I've just been a little busy.
I
but
think they forgot.
I think they did too. And I also think it's like not that important, which is fine.
No, but it is. Like,
Yeah.
even if it isn't anything that is alarming, they still should let you know, because now you're teetering of not knowing what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And that's hurting you mentally.
Well, because I don't know what it means. Like, if it was like iron, if it was just like, oh, your iron is like 1 too low, then I go, oh, my iron is low. But when it's like your CP124655 is 1 too low, I go, well, I have no idea what that is. Is that bad? Is that fine? Nominal? I'm sure it's not, but like, you know. But I will do that. I will put that down. Call cab. Why did I put call cab on my to-do list? I'm not going anywhere. There's no way I'm calling a cab.
Maybe that was for the doctor.
No, I have call UCLA.
No.
I think that I might be influenced to watch my first ever season of Real Housewives.
Which one?
The Real Housewives of Rhode Island trailer came on. And, you know, for me, it's far too daunting for me. It's like Love Island. Like, it's too daunting for me to, like, start a whole like one that already has all these seasons going.
You tried Salt Lake City, though.
I did, but unfortunately, and I will probably have the same issue with this, I have a really hard time watching a show where, like, I hate everybody. Like, I can't hate watch without rooting for anyone. Like, it's just, it doesn't work for me. But the accents of the women here, it's giving, like, Boston meets Philly. Or no, I'm sorry, Boston meets Pittsburgh accents. And they're like, you want a cracker? A cracker? And it just seems chaotic in the best way possible. And they're also, apparently, it's one of the first seasons of late that it's an existing friend group. So they all already know each other prior. And so the drama.
It was probably a different reality show first. And they're like, ooh, let's change this to Housewives. Which happens. Call. It happens. Like Potomac. It was a different show before. And they're like, actually, we're going to make this a Housewife show.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's that. And it just seems intriguing to me. Like, one of them is a sugar baby that she's been with a man for like 8 years, and he's only with her 6 months of the year, and then he has like another partner for 6 months out of the year. And then one of the other ones stole her husband from her older sister.
Oh, God.
And the older sister like will like house sit or like, you know, and like help out when her younger sister who's married to the man is gone, and she's like flirting with the husband, and I'm like, wait, whoa. It's like, well, that's her ex-boyfriend. Like, that's her high school boyfriend, and you stole her high school boyfriend. Oh, and then one of the girls, she just like was like talking about how she doesn't like driving on the freeway. She goes, well, I hit a woman one time, so like I don't really like it. And they're like,
okay, you shouldn't be driving, period. Then.
And they're like, you hit a woman? She goes, yeah, I hit a woman. And they're like, is she okay? They go, yeah. And she just like moves right on. And I was like, wait, this is so chaotic, and I'm tempted, and all I'm seeing on my feed is people being like, this is the best like pilot, or this is the best like first episode of a Real Housewives we've had in years.
Okay,
so I might be there, and because of that, I have ended up on Bravo TikTok, where Kristen Cavallari went on Watch What Happens Live and was asked about Spencer Pratt's running for
mayor.
Yes.
I think it's mayor.
He's running for mayor of Los Angeles, which is, you know, bad. Just know, everyone know, it's bad. He is unintelligent, ill-informed, unprepared. Like, he doesn't know anything. And someone asked her on it, like, what she thought of it. And she was like, you know, like, people in LA are really excited about him. Like, you know, you might think he's what, but like, once you hear his policies, like, he really knows what he's talking about. And I was like, you're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about. And she was like, and Joe Rogan just endorsed him and said that as a positive. And Andy goes, oh, Joe Rogan. Oh, wonderful.
I saw
fucking
that, yeah.
idiot. I was dying laughing because I saw just the clip first, and I was like, I wonder who they're talking about. And then I find out Spencer Pratt, and I was like, ooh, I don't know if she's ever going to get invited back on the show. He was like, what the fuck? But yeah, so now I'm like, maybe I'm going to become a Bravo girl.
Maybe. And then we go to BravoCon next year.
Could be fun. I will let everyone know if I do it, but we'll see. We will see.
All right, let's take a break, and when we get back, we'll get into an update.
Woohoo! 1 in 5 Americans have learn a new language on their bucket list. If that's you, because it's definitely me, make 2026 the year you finally check it off with Babbel, the language app that makes grammar fun and is actually worth your time.
Learning a language with Babbel is all about small steps, big wins, and progress you can actually track and feel. Their bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are also easy to remember. Just 10 minutes a day is enough to start seeing real results.
And Babbel recognizes that real-world connections are really what makes language stick and learning a new language. So their courses are designed by over 200 language experts who are, drumroll please, thank God, a prerequisite for us, real human beings. And they're teaching you relevant words and phrases that you'll actually use. Because I look back at what has retained in my head prior to working with Babbel, like things that were relevant to me when I was, in middle school. Now, rarely am I ever going to need to ask someone in Spanish, where is the library?
Right.
But that's what stuck in my head because in middle school, that was relevant to me.
Yes, and we're also just kind of learning phrases and things, but Babbel really makes it so that you can really jump in and embrace the culture of learning and not just learning phrases or making it a game, or you're really learning the language where I can have an actual conversation with somebody.
And Babbel's more than just lessons. They even offer a large collection of podcasts where Babbel experts reveal language secrets and offer an inside look at local cultures.
Babbel has over 25 million subscriptions sold worldwide, and with 14 languages to choose from, every course comes with a 14-day money-back guarantee.
Here's a special limited time deal for our listeners. Right now, you can get up to 60% off your Babbel subscription at babbel.com/don't blame me.
Get up to 60% off at babbel.com/don't blame me, spelled BABBEL.com/don't blame me.
Rules and restrictions may apply.
Adobe Acrobat, your new foundation. Use PDF spaces to generate a presentation. Grab your docs, your permits, your moves. AI levels up your pitch, gets it in a groove. Choose a template with your timeless cool. Come on now, let's flex those tools. Draft, design, deliver, make it sing. AI builds the deck so you can build that thing. Do that, do that, do that with Acrobat.
Learn more at adobe.com/do-that-with-acrobat.
If you're a QuickBooks customer looking to grow your business without the growing pains, you need the Intuit ERP. Upgrade to Intuit Enterprise Suite in a matter of hours. It's the AI-native ERP from the makers of QuickBooks. Learn more at intuit.com/ERP.
Hey, I like your new RAV4.
Thanks, yours too.
What does RAV stand for anyway?
To me, it's the Remarkably Advanced Vehicle.
Really? To me, it's the Runway Approved Vehicle for its amazing style.
What about Remarkably Adaptable Vehicle because of its versatile cargo space?
Or Really Admired Vehicle?
Oh, or Really Awesome Vehicle.
It really is the Recreational Activity Vehicle. The stylish 2026 Toyota RAV4 Limited. What's your RAV4?
We are back, and we are going to get into an update. Take it away whenever you're ready.
Okay. Hello, guys. So excited to be here. I'm so sorry. I'm actually blanking on the exact episode I was in.
I can pull it up. It was, so the episode that you were in was from, Get the Results You Want with Logan Ury, which is from December 18th, 2023.
Jesus. Okay. That I'm so much of my life is so different from then.
Oh, yeah.
I had the call where it was like, hey, my partner, we may have been engaged then at the point, but I was like, wow, they have a dog. This dog is ruining my life. I didn't even get into all of it on the call. It was really terrible. And spoiler alert, my partner, we did get married. A mistake. I didn't tell my best friend. He was like, because he was like, you shouldn't get married.
Wait, I'm
sorry. You didn't tell your best friend about the dog issues? You didn't tell your best friend about the marriage part?
Yeah.
I didn't tell him. I told him about the dog issues. He knew every single thing. I didn't tell him about the exact day we were getting married, because I was like, he's gonna be like, don't do it, and I shouldn't have.
Right. If you feel like you can't tell your friends, the
Oh my
people
God.
closest to you, that you're getting married, that should be the first sign. But we live, we learn. We're on the other side.
We do. So dog issues. I'll just speed round like what was going on. This dog chewed up a bunch of my stuff, just my stuff, which is weird. There was a month or month and a half where my partner had sprained their ankle, so I had to take care of this dog who was very reactive, and being a Black woman and my partner a white person, it was really
I
hard
already
because
knew
we had
what was happening.
yeah. Yeah, it was bad. When I would walk this large reactive dog, the reactions would be very different than when they would walk her.
Mhm.
But I had to walk her for like a month and a half because of their injury, which is fine, except I had to be at work at 6 a.m. because I was
Oh.
being a barista. And so I'd get up at like 4:30 and walk this dog that Loki hated me and would trigger me truly daily. Like it was really bad. And the day I can't remember in the call if I had mentioned the like incident that I think I did. The incident that had triggered her being rehomed, I guess.
Mhm.
It was
You
pretty
did,
bad.
yeah.
Okay, so for all the newbies here, I took her out to pee after work, and that morning, I told one of my friends at work, I was like, "Don't know if the dog stuff is getting better," because 'cause I'd lived with her for, like, over a year at this point in a small one-bedroom apartment. "Don't know if it's getting better or if I'm just becoming more numb to it," and then she, like, attacked another dog, and it was terrible. Wish I broke up with my ex then because, it's, like, many, many months of me being like, "Hey, I can't do this." And actually, like, it's funny because so I broke up with my ex in February. We had gotten
This
married
year?
in this year, yeah.
Okay.
Um, we had gotten married. I'm working the timeline backwards, so apologies for any confusion. Um, Married in May. I moved state from the DMV.
Mhm.
Love the DMV to New England. In like a few weeks after we got married in the end of June, they did not come with me. So part of the reason for our marriage was because they wanted to stay where we were, because they weren't ready to move yet. And I was potentially planning on doing grad school, and that didn't work out. So I was like, need to leave the area. My family's too close to me where we were. I'm from around where we were, and I just like I was losing it. I had been at my job, the coffee shop, which is great, but I have beef with them right now, but we'll talk about that later. Not super relevant. But I had just been working there for like 4.5, 5 years. I had a studio space for my art practice. I'm a natural dye artist, but I was just working like 70-hour weeks between coffee and my dye practice, and I was obviously really unhappy because the dog and family stuff, and I was just like, I need a move, I need a change. Um, Opportunity to move with my best friend and his partner, who I love both of them. They're like my family, came up. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this because I've been talking about moving for many years. My partner's been like, I don't know. And I was like, you know what? With or without you, I'm leaving. And we had a plan to maybe reconnect in the next year. Every time I tried to make a plan, they would be like, I'm too anxious. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to try to save this.
Were you visiting in between?
We were, yeah. They would
Okay, so you
visit.
were still married.
Yes, still married, still
Okay.
together. But the move really triggered in me being like, oh my God, wait. One, I'm living with my best friend and his partner, and I'm seeing how they operate as a team and truly
Mm.
like really understanding for the first time in a while that, oh my God, I didn't get that from my partnership, from this person who's still in
And there's
the
no
city.
dog.
And there's no dog. No dog. They no longer have the dog. They had the dog at their parents' house, which is like an hour and a half away, and they were doing this crazy commute. The dog, surprise, surprise, because their parents are old and it's not their fault, but the dog escaped and bit another dog, and she had to be surrendered to the shelter. Um,
Mm.
this person should not have had a dog for many
No.
reasons. And I still kind of think I am 29. They are 33.
Oh.
I was 22 and they were 26 when we first started dating. So I think what was hard when I kept growing and they didn't really, like they were the same smoke weed every day person. And I was like, fuck, I really have put so much into this relationship. And I think it's so often that we just think, hey, let's keep going for time's sake. But no. And so moving here, I kind of hate this city. I'm going to say it. The city of Boston sucks. But I knew moving here that it wasn't going to be my favorite, but I've grown so much and getting to the point where it was like, oh, my relationship's not as good as I think it is. Oh, my relationship's maybe not good. Because they had told me what made me finally be like, oh, I have to break up with this person is obviously unpacking like all of the dog stuff, unpacking kind of their treatment of me and how it just didn't feel very loving. How much I did for them in relation to how much they did for me. I made our wedding cake because have celiac and I'm insane. And it was beautiful. I'll send you guys a picture if you want.
I would love to
But
see it.
it was and I'm like spent so long I was, doing a beautiful buttercream and mashing her favorite fruit flavors, my blackberry, then peach, and it was really beautiful. But like that was the night before our wedding. It was an elopement, a very small thing in their hometown. Their parents were there, one of my sisters who I'm out to, and then my sister's boyfriend who I think she should break up with, but that's another issue. We just are really having not great luck in love, but that's okay. I was making the wedding cake the night before our wedding and just they didn't seem super involved. And I was like, that still hurts me because I'm a really good baker and we were getting married and they were like doing work or whatever. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. So moving really helped me kind of deal with some of the family stuff. Helped me realize like this is not the relationship for me. And I know you guys have said like kind of just in this going through the past few years of the podcast and all the love advice, and I'm like, Loki, I was ignoring that shit. I'm gonna be so honest.
Hey,
Yeah.
a lot of people do. It's a
A lot
Canada
of
event.
we
It's
would
okay.
have this. We would have this show if people
we
did.
wouldn't have this
That's
advice
true.
if we also hadn't prior ignored this advice for
Mhm.
ourselves.
That's true. And it just sometimes you have to experience it for yourself. I
Yeah.
low-key don't regret getting married to them. I have had a few months to kind of wrangle and let out anger because I'm like,
Mhm.
I have such a hard time with anger, but especially with them because they low-key weaponize their anxiety and everything that came with that. And it's not fine. But
When did you file for divorce? So you married in May of 2025,
yes.
and then you moved to Boston
Wait,
in June.
May of 2026. So we moved like a
Wait.
month later. Wait, that's not
No,
true.
no,
I was
that's-
like, we're in the
that's next
future.
month.
We are.
Don't worry,
I'm
I
actually
already
like
did this
planning
in my
next
head
wedding.
I literally already wrote down 26 and I said, no, that hasn't happened yet. So
That
I
has
already did
not
the math.
happened yet.
So it'd be 25. So then you
Mhm.
moved to Boston in June. When did you like file for divorce or when did the breakup aspect of that happen for you?
So it was mid-February is when I'd been coming back to our old city because they live there, just a new place every month, and they would come up here sometimes. And we were just like having a lot of conflict because I was starting to realize, wait a second, I low-key don't fuck with this person because they treated me so badly. And like it's been 6 years of me just putting so much into the relationship and them saying they love me, but it's not true and I don't feel that. And so once they had a call, they called me and they were like, and we were having a talk and they had said that they wouldn't be able to move with me wherever I want to be until summer 2027. And I was like, are you kidding me? I
What?
felt my heart break. And the reason is they're kind of selfish as a person.
Not
I
kind of. They
Shocker.
are selfish.
So I was talking with my best friend who I live with. I had sent him the original podcast episode, and I was like, I will send you this one, and it's out. And he's gonna be so on your side. I wish he could be here right now to say, hey, he can give a great rundown of what happened. But they are selfish, and they just really like their life, I guess, in that city. And we're like, yeah, I want to grow and I want to change for you. And I'm like, I don't think you will because I think that you don't have that drive, I guess. Summer 27 is crazy. That's a meme with my friends now because I'm like, what are you
No,
talking
that's
about? Like, I stayed so long because I was like, oh God, it was
So
a
wait,
time.
was he
but
living with his parents? Because you said he brought the dog back to his parents. So when
They did.
you moved, did he then did he live with their parents or did they
They-
just bring the dog to their parents?
They brought the dog. This was like a few months span. So they brought the dog to their parents and were living at their parents like every other, like a few nights a week. And making the hour-and-a-half commute with their parents' car because their car had gotten stolen and they never did anything about it. Also, a million parking tickets, don't even worry about it. They,
Yeah, it didn't get stolen, it got
Jail.
impounded by the city.
Yeah,
probably,
jail.
yeah,
And
that
also
makes more
can't drive.
sense.
And also can't drive with the plates because we'll get pulled over and we'll get sent to jail if you have that many
Yeah,
unpaid parking
true.
tickets.
And the city, it was in the DMV, it is strict with parking, and I'm sure in
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
LA too. But
Mhm.
so we're making this crazy commute and they love this job. It's they're the new inventory
I
manager.
already knew it was going to be a fuck ass job. I
It's a
already knew it was going to be. It was going to be a fuck ass job that I can't until summer 2027. I have a lot on my plate. I have to actually give my dog to my parents and not take care of it, and I have to work my fuck ass job, and I have to play my video games and smoke my fucking weed.
Yes, stop. That's so true.
Mhm.
It's true. Get a beer with the boys. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God. They work at a bookstore and it's a good bookstore and they've been there for years. They like left their database management position for that because in the start of 2020 because they were like, you know what, I hate this and it's making me miserable. And I'm like, good. But also, like everybody's saying, you can do that anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. And okay, so another thing, we were poly the whole time. And now I'm questioning if I am poly because I'm like, I actually don't want to do that anymore. If this what it's gonna be like. And I don't know, all of the crushes they had just felt so much more intense than how they felt about me, which is so crazy.
Ugh.
And like I look back at it and I'm like, why did I accept that? Because I was 22 when we started.
Yeah, I was about to say you're 22.
Yeah.
I feel
Why did they wanna get married?
okay, so I I was the one originally who was like, I really want to get married. And I wanted to get married because I have health stuff. Like, I just didn't want my family involved if something crazy happened.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I felt like, I think a part of me was like, I want us to get married because I want this to be serious. I want this to be the partnership we're talking about, not the one that I'm actually seeing. So,
Mm-hmm.
and eventually I quote unquote like convinced them to get married or whatever. And so we did. I was actually having second thoughts before that and was like, nah, it's fine. Because anytime I tried to bring it up, they got really upset. And I was like, okay, cool. And I just didn't feel as though I had a grasp on myself and my life in the same way I have in the last few months. So I broke up with them in February. I went home and was like, hey. And they kind of knew it was coming because I'd been weird and they weren't actually that upset. They took it a lot better than I expected.
That's fucked up.
We're still
I'd be
doing
mad.
Still hold on. You didn't really answer my question though. So
You're so right.
they wanted to get married because you wanted to get married?
I guess so. I think they also wanted to get married before I was leaving because they were like, well, then you'll have to be with me. You won't realize that I suck. Um, and yeah, I think that's why they wanted to get married.
Were you still poly apart,
Yeah.
or was
But
it
I didn't really
open?
date anybody. They didn't either. They just had really intense crushes and were kind of a lot about it.
Wait, were you guys
Yeah,
open or were you poly? Because to me, this sounds a
poly
little more
whole time.
not open.
Not, I guess, open, but like we would, if we had crushes, we would talk about it. And like, I had been on a few dates when we were together, but no like long-term other relationship because I was still figuring out if I have the capacity for like two large
With
relationships.
love, this feels like you talked about the possibility of poly and then nobody actually was poly.
It's like they identify as poly as part of their identity. I don't. I'm like, I'm a lesbian who's hanging out.
Okay. So your relationship was not poly, but they identify as poly, and you, therefore, that relationship, you were in a poly relationship with them, but you were not participating in.
Not really.
Outside
Like
of
I
that,
tried, but I was always
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I could take it or leave it.
Okay.
And I think that's like a big theme that was in our relationship. I would kind of not interrogate my own needs. A huge part of the growth I did while being here has been like realizing, oh my gosh, I am falling into another childhood pattern. Fuck, I didn't realize that in this relationship that they know so much about my life. They kind of took advantage of the way I operate. And I let it happen because that was what I was comfortable with. And so I don't think I've explained any of this low-key really well. It's kind of all jumbled, and I hope that everybody is putting their puzzle pieces together. But I don't know. I feel as though the thinking about breaking up with them and trying to figure out if that's what needed to do was hell and horror. Like, if you've ever needed to be like, should I divorce this person? Horrible. But once I did it, I felt such relief, and I feel so much better because I'm like,
Oh,
now I don't
good.
have to date this loser,
Mhm.
and I
Not just date, be married to.
be married to a loser. Yeah, I'm like, fuck, this is low key. Because, like, I don't know, yes, to brag. Actually, in my city, people would be like, oh my God, you're married to this person's in my Instagram, because I like am well known for my craft in the city. Side note, remember a year ago when you guys were like, did you know you weren't getting DMs? I never followed up on that. I have sent DMs and I do that.
Oh, send us your username.
I'm
Yeah.
so
We have to
sorry. I
no,
should
no,
have
we
done
just
that
have
a
to
while ago.
manually accept people. It's very weird. It's very,
Yeah.
very weird. We'll search
But I
your
thought
name
this
up.
was the time to let you know.
Can I ask, as one of the final questions, how do you
Yes.
feel about, I don't want to downplay that this as like a marriage, but
Mhm.
this to me feels like a little bit of like an odd way to go about getting married and then being married. And so I'm
Definitely.
wondering if this has, because for me, I would treat this as like it was like a, and I'm not saying this as a judgment, but if I were in your shoes, I would be like, it was like kind of married, even though if we were totally 100% married.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't necessarily think that if it was me, it would like deter me from getting married again. And I'm curious for
No.
you, are you like off getting married in the future, or you feel that this was just like marriage light and like the real deal will happen later?
I think that this was marriage light and the real deal will happen later. And I am using the technically married as a fun chic thing because I'm
I
not,
was about
I'm
to
like,
say,
I love it. I love being like,
should.
guys, I'm just a 29-year-old divorcee.
Yeah, a divorce, it's so fucking chic. I was about to say, I hope at this point, like, you own that. Because, like,
Yes.
what a fun fact of being like, oh, my ex-husband or my
Yeah, like,
ex-wife or my ex-partner.
ex-spouse, like, yeah, I was married. But
Mhm.
no, I have definitely a bigger understanding of what I will and will not tolerate in relationships. And I'm like, I do want to get married again. And I want it to be a real relationship.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
think the reason I was like, okay, we can get married before we leave because we'll be apart for a year. I think we had we should have planned more about that, obviously. I tried to, they didn't. But all in all, I am so much better off. I think that you really need to trust your gut in all of these things.
Mhm.
And really, like, when someone shows you who they are repeatedly, you have to accept that. You cannot just be like, you know what, it's fine. I'm going to help them. I'm going to revolve my life around them, even when it's making me really unhappy.
Yeah. I don't think you can pour magic. Like, you can't be a person who like brings magic to a relationship and pour magic into someone who's just like, thanks, I love this, without them being like
Yes.
reciprocating that out. Like, it's
Absolutely.
fundamentally draining, and like you can't bring enough magic for to sustain a relationship.
That's kind of what my best friend has said. He's like, you are just seeing the light you're putting onto them. And he said this morning that he's happy we're finally living in the same reality because
That would be really tough.
bad. Yeah, no,
I
he
get it.
was going through the trenches in the almost 7 years we were together because I'd be like, hey, so this happened. And they're like, hey, so what? And I'm like, it's fine though. We're together. Like, in the 2 times I was like, I'm going to break up with them. One of them being their birthday trip to Austin. That was, I did not break up with them then. They would have deserved it. But, and then a few months later being like, I'm kidding, we're getting married, is a big shift. And I think very, very telling of where I was at in that point of my life.
I feel it. I'm so happy that you are happy, and like there is like a lightness to you that like I can
Definitely.
fully sense that unfortunately sometimes like we do have to kind of put ourselves in like really sticky situations
Yes,
and
absolutely.
crawl our way out of it in order to get to this place. So
Yeah.
even though you didn't take our advice, I'm so glad that you ended up in the place where you are.
Yeah, you kept it in the back of your head, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always like,
why else
damn,
would you be here now?
Exactly. I've been listening probably since day one. I was in college. I'm super not in college. Love you guys so much. You give wonderful, amazing advice.
Oh,
I mean that. And I was driving actually from my old city to Boston yesterday because I was like speaking at a conference, which was great, amazing, very fun. But I was listening to Megan's book because I was like, this is a good I love this book.
Thanks.
I'm not going to fall asleep. It's going to be amazing. And it was great. So
Well,
holds
thank
up
you.
strong. Hope you're doing well in your life.
Thank God. Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Wish I could write a sequel. Hey,
I want you
okay.
to so badly, but I'm like, that's a little parasocial.
Someone has to die first. Someone has to
Yeah.
die first,
I
and then I
completely
can do it.
understand. Yeah.
And by the way, I would want it to be a picture book for that one.
That would be cool. With like pictures
Yeah.
from your life?
There's
like-
just one specific. There's just one specific thing that like is the craziest story in the fucking world that I cannot tell until someone dies. And there's a visual aid to it that like is a photo of the thing that happened. And like I just the way I want everyone. I keep telling Mods, I'm like, I need to write it in a book. I need to put it in a movie. I need to put it in a show. Like it is insane.
It'll happen.
So it will one day. If you ever see me do something and I've written it and it's like really fucking crazy and it's like, wow, that's wild. Know that that's the thing that probably did happen. So
No, for sure. And we're popping the biggest bottles when that happens. Literally
A
can't
celebration of death.
Yes.
I can't wait. It's gonna be really wonderful.
Yeah, I relate. Sometimes people, they, whatever.
Deserve it. They deserve it.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for giving all of this to us. And yeah, I'm happy that that you're doing well and excited for your future relationships and
I am too.
what you're going to be able to bring to that and what you're going to be able to receive.
Yeah. Thank
treatment.
you guys so much for this advice, for letting me ramble for like 30 minutes.
You're good.
Appreciate it. And I hope you
Of
guys have a
course.
great rest of your day.
Thank you.
You
And
too.
send pics of the cake.
I will. I promise. Okay.
Perfect. Bye.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you sharing everything with us. I really appreciate you giving us all the details. And, as you said, didn't take that advice at the time, but you see it now. So that's all we can hope for is that you eventually see it. Even, everything happens for a reason. I mean, I don't really subscribe to that, but I subscribe to everything happens at a time where we can either accept it or not accept it. And at the time you weren't ready to accept it, but now you are. So I'm happy for you and I'm glad that you have your best friend in your life.
Yeah. All we can ask for is to be that like voice in your head that reminds you. Like taking our advice on the first time, wonderful. Don't know if anyone will ever do that or has ever done that. And I don't know that we can ever expect that. But just so you have that like little voice in your head when those things pop back up. We would like to be the voice in your head.
Yeah.
We'll hang out in there. You'll love us there. You'll be like, wow. It's like the devil angel on your shoulder.
All right, we're going to take another break.
We're back and we're going to get into some advice. If you want to call in, you can leave us a voicemail at 310-694-0976. You can send an email at meghanpodcast@gmail.com. To that, you can do a voice memo if you would like, or just type out your email. Or the easiest way to do it is to fill out our form. It's in the show notes, listed in socials. You can also DM us on socials, and you can do all of that. Have to be over 18 and tell us how old you are. Give us all of the information, because then we can give you the best advice possible, and then we can be the little voice in your head. Shall I start?
Go ahead.
Okay. This person is 20 years old, she, her. I'm 20 years old, and at the end of this semester, I am planning to move in with my boyfriend. Bad idea. I am a sophomore in college. Bad idea. About to be a junior, and the only version of the story my parents know is that I'll be living with my sister. Oh, I'm sorry. That I'll be living with his sister, too. I don't know how many more times I can tell you this is a bad idea. What they do not know is that what they do not know is that I even have a boyfriend, let alone that I'm about to live with him. Oh my God, what the And if they found out the truth, they would absolutely lose it. Babe, I'm about to read the next sentence.
Right.
And
Like,
I'm
we've
like,
already had.
Girl.
It's the next sentence starts with the problem is. No, you just had like 5 problems in a row.
No. And then in my head, I was like, okay, well, those are all problems. But ultimately, the biggest problem is if this is this. And you're like, so actually, this is this.
Yep.
Okay. We have all the problems. There's nothing that's not a problem.
Right.
The problem is, my parents pay for everything. Of course, that is not just tuition. My housing, my clothes, my food, my gas, literally my entire life. They gave me a credit card. I never have to ask for anything. Okay, brag. And they barely question what I spend. Give me that number. I know how lucky this makes me, but it also means that they have all the power. If I tell them the truth, I'm terrified they'll cut me off completely. They will, and to be fair, they shouldn't cut you off completely, like emotionally. But yeah. So now I feel trapped between wanting to live my own life and knowing that one conversation can make my whole world implode. How do I tell them without losing all of their financial support? Also, my college is only 45 minutes away from them, so it's not like I can realistically hide this forever. You need to not live with your fucking boyfriend. That's insane.
Go get you a really, really nice apartment where you can live by yourself, because I already imagine that you have all the money in the world where you can do that. Like, go get... I don't know where you're going to school. Where I go to school, there are really nice penthouse apartments right off the square. Go get one of those. I don't know. Just go live somewhere else and live your best life, and he can come stay over whenever you want him to. Like, you shouldn't be living with siblings like this. Like, everything about this is so wrong.
No, it's even worse. Like, you should not live with a partner when you are in college. Like, fundamentally, like, never do that. We don't even think you should live with your your hometown best friend when you're in college. Bad idea. Really should never, ever, ever live with a romantic partner. It's a horrible, horrible idea. But then on top of that, be like, and his sister. Huh?
No.
Is that your friend?
Right.
Like,
are you paying for the whole apartment and they're staying there? I don't know. Like, whatever it is, just don't do it. Go live by yourself.
Yes.
It's not worth it.
No, and like, it's not worth it because like, you're going to have to deal with like him being messy, him doing things that fucking annoy you. And like, you will have chosen to be in that situation.
Yeah, when you need to be studying.
Yes. And just like pestering you, like like you can spend truly like the amount of times where people are like, oh my God, but we spend so much time together. We basically already live together.
Okay.
Wonderful.
But you don't.
Then that's perfect. Then that's it. Then why do you need to live together?
Right.
If it's already like you basically live together, I promise you it's enough time. And it's also not exactly like living together because that is very different. There's contracts, there's all of this stuff. And like I'm sure your partner knows that like you've got it made, like financially right now. And you are also now in a prime fucking position, even if it was not your boyfriend, if this was just a roommate, for your roommate to take advantage of the situation that you're in, knowing that your family has money and you are not paying for this yourself. It's like, well, why don't you just cover this? Like, you just cover this. You don't have to pay for it. And
I had friends like that in high school.
Yes.
Like, you need to repay. No, I'm not paying for your fucking lunch.
No. And like, it is real money. It's someone else's money and they're not offering to pay for everybody. And if they are, wonderful. But like, this to me is like such a level of like betrayal of distrust. And like, I think like if you don't like the fact that your parents have all of the power, then like that's fine. That's like a totally reasonable thing to feel and wanting to have more independence. Then it's about getting a job. It's not about like, how do I have both? Like, how do I have, because like, if your parents are like okay with you living with your boyfriend and they don't cut you off, that's not you having independence or power. Like, that's just them letting you do the thing while still maintaining the money that they have. But if you really want true independence and living your own life, that's a different conversation. And I'm going to tell you
that means go get a job.
Yeah, and I don't think
that's what that means.
I don't think you need to do that.
No, I think you stay in school, keep your head down in the books, graduate, then get a job, and then potentially move in with your partner. But even then, I think that your life between college and the real world is so precious that you still need to have that time to yourself.
Yeah. There's no way that like, even if your parents were like, okay, begrudgingly fine, then it puts a level of pressure on the relationship to succeed that like you feel like it really has to, and like you don't want anyone to be right. You like don't want to be like, oh, and I told you so or whatever. And also like it will deeply affect your college experience, like so much. But I just can't stress enough the fact that like there's so much time to do all of these things. And right now is the exact wrong time. There are so many things. There's a time in your life where you'll be able to live with your boyfriend without any without any real consequence or risk. It's just the positives.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, it's all these trade-offs, and it's not a finite amount of time that you can do this. It will happen again. You have so much of your life for this. Why would you risk all of this other shit? And also, like, risk your relationship. It's this age. You cannot live with romantic partners at this age. Like, you're just not. It will only get worse. Only get fucking worse. You will not have as many friends. You will all of these things. And he will take advantage. So,
unless he's also rich. In that case,
then you each get 2 gorgeous, beautiful apartments.
Yep. Him and his sister have their apartment together. You have your apartment, and live your best life.
Live in the same building if you want, which I already think that's a bad idea.
No, don't do that.
You have to introduce your parents to your boyfriend and not like, hey, this is my boyfriend roommate.
Right. Like, they're going to come over and you're just hanging out with his sister and like, yep, this is my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just there.
Yeah. And do you think the sister's not going to get annoyed and be like, why are you fucking my brother? I can't. Don't do this.
Is it an older sister or younger sister? Are they twins? I don't know. You
don't
give
live
us
with
the
twins.
Information. Maybe they are twins. That's why you didn't give us the information.
That is. Don't live with twins. You will always be the odd one out.
I think even with siblings, you're going to be the odd one out. It's like either going to be really, really bad to the point where you're always like partnering with your partner, or it's going to be like both cases are bad, or it's going to be really, really bad where they're going to be against you.
Mm-hmm. There's no division in which this works out for anybody.
No.
And certainly you have the absolute most to lose for this.
Mm-hmm. Don't do it.
Don't do it. But sign up for our Patreon because you got that credit card. Hey, buy my presets, buy my book. You know.
Fund a movie.
Yeah.
Tell your parents that you're a patron of the arts and you have some people that you want to work with.
You want to start
you're going to make an investment into their lives, and I'll send you a pitch deck. It'll all be above board.
100%. You want to start your career in production early, like being one of the youngest. You want to have a producer credit so early on. It's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very much my lobster's too juicy.
It can't be that good. I'm sorry. Like, your relationship can't be that good that you're willing to sacrifice your whole livelihood.
No, I wonder if maybe you just need us to tell you that.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you feel like he's telling you that you could get away with it. And like, it's not even worth it to get away with it. Even if you could get away with it, still a bad idea.
Yeah.
People who live with their I'm just going to say it, people who live with their romantic partners in college are freaks and losers. They are. Like, it's weird. It's really, really weird. It makes people look at you differently. And like, if you're like, no, it's really normal where I'm at. Well, you're at BYU and that's not a normal fucking place.
And you would be married then.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I knew people who like were with their high school sweethearts and they transferred because we were at a UC versus like a state school. And so people would transfer to a UC. And so one girl had her high school boyfriend. They were together forever, but he was at a state school transferring in. And I was like, oh, are you guys going to live together? And she's like, ew, fuck no. Why would I live with him? And like he transferred to the school. They were still dating. And, like, he was very nice. He was very cool. When he would come visit us before that, he would, like, carry all of our purses and DD for us. But, like, yeah, they didn't live together, even though he came to the school for her. And, like, the amount of people in college that I know who, like, married their high school sweethearts who I was like, oh, yeah, that guy was around. They never lived with them in college.
Same with my sister.
Yeah.
Or even I had a friend in high school. They had been together. Her and her boyfriend had literally been together since 6th grade.
That's crazy.
I know. And he was a year older than her. So I guess when he was in 7th grade. So then even in college, even though they did go to a Christian university, but still, like, they did not live together until after they got married.
Yeah.
And they had literally been together the majority of their life.
Yeah. It's just, there's no point to rush it because that makes it not fun. It's not fun anymore. Like, now what do you do? Now you're
that's
now
what
you're
I was
the
saying.
weirdo.
Like, even after college, like, having that amount of time where it's just you or you and a friend, like, there's a transition period. Enjoy every part of your life, guys.
Yeah. There's no point to rush it.
I think even the person that we had the update from would agree with us.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, eventually it stops. Eventually there's no longer new things. Eventually, like, you've just got it, and then what? you're there and that's the only thing left. If you don't like savor those steps or enjoy the process of it, you rush to the finish line and there's nothing after the finish line. It's just that. So
Amazon presents Jeff versus Taco Truck Salsa. Whether it's Verde, Roja, or the orange one. For Jeff, trying any salsa is like playing Russian roulette with a flamethrower. Luckily, Jeff saved with Amazon and stocked up on antacids, ginger tea, and milk. Habanero? More like habanero, yes. Save the everyday with Amazon.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated Weed Whacker Guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
Well, update on the Disney cruise lady.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess there's multiple options for Disney cruise, like a 3-day cruise and like a 9-day, 14-day cruise.
Version.
Oh, no. Melissa, of course she opted for the longest one.
Of course. Is this story real?
Yes, unfortunately. Because she just I went to her profile and there's a lot of Disney content. So I was like, I buy it. Okay. I believe it at this point in time. Can't wait to watch the new season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Orange County. Shout out Aspen.
Who on there is actually Mormon?
Well, Aspen will deny it, but I will say till the end of time, she is culturally Mormon.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if any of them moved from Utah. They all look like they could be. I think one of them's a sister.
Not.
Yeah. I don't know. She's the most random one to me.
Why is she part of this? Just to be there?
Well,
to be sarcastic? Like, what is she going to bring to the table? Just judging people?
To be fair, she also is divorced. And I want to say all of these people are very young divorcees, which to me does give Mormon. So, like, maybe they're like Mormon vibes. You're divorced before you're like 30. So
this is our, for this podcast, our first former guest.
Oh my God, shout out.
That's going to be on a reality show.
Absolutely insane. So I'm excited for that. Oh, so I watch TV shows through TikTok, as you know.
Uh-huh.
And one of those is The Pit. So everyone's like, you got to watch The Pit. I don't want to watch The Pit. Like, I don't like medical shows. I'm uninterested. But I, of course, like form very strong opinions about a show I've like never seen. And I think that the main guy, Dr. Robbie, is like deeply fucking annoying. And I've been watching now think pieces of the end of season 2 of everybody like, yeah, this is very much like white male savior that they didn't realize that they were writing. And like, he's like a unbelievable narcissist. And I saw a comment that someone was like, well, I think it's a stretch to call him the villain. That's he's not the villain. Someone's like, well, no, he is. He's the antagonist. And they responded going, being an antagonist does not make you a villain. And I was like, wait, what? And I'm getting the way the reception of the season finale of this, and specifically the reception of like the discourse, has awakened something in me that I'm like, I don't know what we can do in Hollywood. I don't know what we can do like content wise, that I'm like, we need to address this like quickly because this is spiraling out of control. That people act like they are real people, and it's like, this is really mean. Don't say this about him. Like, he's not a villain. He's a really good guy.
We're talking about a character,
a fictional character. And I'm like, we've gone too far. We've gone too far to the point where now you have to make these like morally superior, perfect characters, which in results becomes white savior complex, man, because people are viewing them as real people.
If you get into Housewives stuff, like you said, you'll also see this where the fans you always say something like, well, that was production. Like, they try not to, even though these are actual real people, they'll be like, they didn't do that. That was production. Production did this to them.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not even what a producer does or what production does.
I'm like baffled by like people's like lack of understanding but confidence to like speak about this. I'm like, well, this is what this is. Or even like people were talking about in the Alex Cooper drama.
I still don't understand it.
But people were like, well, like it's funny that like Alex Cooper said that Alex Earl doesn't have an NDA so she can say whatever, because if she has an NDA, then she can't even confirm she has an NDA. And I go, not unless it says that in the NDA.
Right.
And like, that's a very overreaching, massive NDA that someone with at her status wouldn't have signed.
Right.
So like, I was just like, and like, I think it was on Dumois, and Dumois like pinned it to the top of the comment section, and I was like, no, like this, it just feels like we learned some things, and then it was like, now we can share what all this is. Like this is a PR stunt. This is a PR stunt. I was like, okay, guys. So by the way, PR actually has to do something like positive for someone or negative for someone else, and in that case, that is like, you know, crisis PR, like smear campaign PR. But yeah, I just find it so interesting that like, I understand like not wanting, because like I don't like to hear people talk shit on like my favorite shit, like something I really love, even if it's bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like something that's like a guilty pleasure that you enjoy or whatever. Like, I don't want to hear someone be like, well, I think this is stupid, because I'm like, well, I don't. And like, I don't need us to like break it down. But for something that's like current day, present, you want to engage in discourse, but that discourse has to like only and exclusively be positive about that is like very, very odd to me.
Yeah. That's like on soaps. I actually got off the Reddit for soaps because they were so negative on the show that it was making me not enjoy the show anymore. And I realized when I wasn't reading it, I enjoyed the show a lot more. But I had made a comment about this one character that most people don't like.
Yeah.
I had made the comment of like, I don't like her, but I understand her purpose in the show, because you're not supposed to like everybody.
Yes.
And she is a well-liked character by a lot of people, but also equally well-hated. And so I was just like, I understand her place, because without her, where's a lot of this conflict coming from? This is a drama. There's supposed to be conflict.
Yep.
And like, people got on to me like that were her fans, and I'm like, I'm not like, I don't like her, but I still think that she should be on the show. Like, she adds a lot to it.
Yeah. I just think the way that sometimes we watch and consume content now, it's like, it's so extreme. Like, it's like fandom stan, I love this person. It's like, they're great. And then also like, at the same time, they're flawed. Like, I like it because I feel represented in this way. And sometimes I'm like, this person's a terrible human being. And if you feel represented as a terrible human being that's been framed as being a good human being, I'm like, that... more reflection, like less about just like showing it, in the same way that like depiction of something is not endorsement of something. But then people have also run with that, and they're like, well, just because he's a misogynist, they're showing him being misogynist, doesn't mean they're endorsing it. They're like, well, when there's no consequence to his actions ever, then yes. And when the people and the writers are saying that they don't view him as a misogynist, that is also endorsing it, because they're writing him to be that way, and he is doing it in this way. And then it's like, well, no, that's not what that is, actually. So I'm like, ooh, but it is. And like, God, I can't imagine to be on a show that like exploded in a way like The Pit, that like they build you up so fucking high. There's only, by season 2, they've already knocked you down.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, but I'm still not going to watch it. And if you're like, that'll change your opinions and feelings, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah, I have so much TV to catch up on. I haven't watched any of the winter of not General Hospital, of Grey's Anatomy. I haven't watched any. I need to get caught up on Hacks, which just came out.
Yep.
Which I love, and you haven't even watched past the second season. Perfect show.
Jesse McCartney's on this one.
Oh, didn't even know. Thank you. I need to watch The Burbs.
Oh, loved.
Yeah. There's a lot. I need to watch Beauty in Black.
Yes, Melissa, you also need to watch. How did I not bring this up? We're watching Wonder Man.
Yeah, it looks really good, and he's hot. So
my God,
that.
he is. He is very, very hot. I will say, I don't know what episode I just watched, but just as like a trigger warning to anyone, because it like was the scare. I like screamed. I almost cried because it was so scary. There is a moment in which he is at the, I don't care. It's not even a spoiler. He's at the director's house, and he's getting in a fight with one of these other guys, and they're kind of yelling at each other. If you are like at all skittish, squeamish, or jumpy, just like close your eyes for like that. It's a very small scene, but something happens that was like, it was the grossest thing. It was horrible. And I was like, they gave no fucking warning. Do you want me to warn you? Do you want me to tell you? Okay.
No, you gave me enough information there, but I can deal with that in a show.
Oh, it's just, there was no build up to it.
Okay.
And so that was, and wonderful effects. But it's really good. It's really, really, really good. And it fits in I like was trying to figure out how it fit into the Marvel universe. But I forgot that he's one of the villains from Iron Man, the old white guy who like acts like he's a terrorist, but he doesn't realize he actually is being a terrorist, by Ben Kingsley. But it's phenomenal. I'm loving it. So yeah, that's what else I'm watching. And then because I finished The Burbs and I need a new season quickly.
All right. Well, that's the end of our episode. Join us on Thursday where we'll be reviewing You, Me, and Tuscany. Really liked it. Just go ahead and put it out there.
God, I loved it.
And then also we'll be doing Devil Wears Prada and then Devil Wears Prada 2. So get ready.
Hell yeah.
Like in future weeks, not all in that episode. And then join us again on Monday for Don't Blame Me.
Woohoo.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
This is a Sister Sign production hosted by me, Megan Rinks.
And me, Melissa D. Montz, plus Diamond Imprint Productions.
Post-production by Coco Lorenz.
Production assistance by Melanie D. Watson.
And music by Ryan Hunter and Giacomo Picasso.